I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. The Huron River is used for a multitude of reasons: recreation, to keep the natural world in balance, and possibly most important, clean, safe drinking water. The water treatment plant has quite a process to produce the award-winning H2O that flows through our taps.
Today is our annual water treatment plant open house, which is a great opportunity for the community to come in, see how our water is made, talk to the individuals that work hard to make the water here, and kind of see behind the scenes.
The water treatment plant prides itself on being innovators in the field.
Ann Arbor has a combined source of well water and river water, so it's a little bit unique in that respect. We also use ozone as our primary disinfectant. Again, is a little bit unique. We were the first ozone disinfection plant in Michigan. We pump the water from the river to the water treatment plant, so there are pumps located down at the river. The water treatment plant is at the second highest location in the city. We use that to our advantage so we can feed a lot of the city by gravity. So the water just flows by gravity from here to our customers.
What I'm personally proud of, and especially providing the drinking water that we have for our community, are the hardworking individuals that take a lot of pride in making just an amazing resource, so that when you turn on your tap in your kitchen or your bathroom, you know that it's safe water to drink.
Stay tuned, and we'll be back shortly with more news and information. Cobblestone Farm is a unique landmark to Ann Arbor, rich in history, highlighting the lives led in 19th century Michigan. From the field to the kitchen, visitors can step back in time as they visit Cobblestone Farm, a sight to see from Packard Street.
We are having an open house for our spring Fling event. There's tours, there's demonstrations. We do have some kids' games on the lawns.
You can see cooking in the kitchen. There should be a spinner upstairs, a weaver in the house. There's a lady making baskets. If you wanted clothes, you had to spin the thread out of the wool that you had to shear off the sheep, which were on the property, to make your clothes. If you wanted rugs on your floor, you had to weave those rugs. So she's making rag rugs upstairs.
Even the stonework is unique to this property.
The front of the house is a herringbone pattern cobblestone, so it's like herringbone cloth on the front of the house. It's an unusual pattern because it takes a lot of time to build a house like this.
The favorite part of Cobblestone Farm is I get to time travel. I get to go back to the 1850s and telling the history and the relationship of Cobblestone Farm to the city of Ann Arbor and Pittsville Township. We were part and parcel of the development of this area.
Well, we've become somewhat disconnected from what life was like a couple hundred years ago. We try to bring that home to people who come here.
For more info and volunteering opportunities, visit cobblestonefarm.org. It's time to bring your bike out of retirement, but before those wheels hit the pavement, we have some tips to keep you safe while navigating the streets in this month's City Roundup in 60.
Hello, I'm Doug Martell with the Ann Arbor Police Department. We're going to talk about a pre-check on your bikes. I call it the ABC. You're getting ready to dust your bikes off for the season. So A is for air. Make sure that your tires are properly inflated, that you have good tread on your tires. B for brakes. You want to make sure that your brakes are working properly, because if you're going, you're going to need to stop at some point. So make sure that your brakes are working properly. If you need help with those, I'm sure your local bike shop will help you out. And C is for chain. You need to have a chain that's working well, that's not rusty and corroded. So make sure that your chain is working. If it's rusty and it doesn't look like it's going to take any lube, your local bike shop can help you out getting the right length of chain for you. Thanks for watching. Please ride safely. Enjoy the ride.
We live in an area where we hold our trees in high regard. Washtenaw Community College is taking it a step further as they've earned the title of Tree Campus USA from the Arbor Day Foundation for the second consecutive year. Joining me is Holly Herman, Landscape and Grounds Manager for WCC. Welcome to the show, Holly.
Thank you.
So can you tell us a little bit about the campus, like how large it is, how much you're maintaining?
So the general area of campus is about 295 acres. We maintain about just under 150 acres, about 147 acres. It's surrounded by wooded area on a large portion of the campus. And we have a parking structure and several open lots, which we're responsible for as well. And then a lot of park space and community areas as well.
So the landscape crew, you're the manager, but it's made up of, you said, about 8 people?
11, I have 11 full-time and 2 part-time.
And so what are you actually doing around campus on a daily basis?
So every day, some of the daily tasks are we're responsible for waste pickup and litter pickup. In the wintertime, we do snow removal in all the campus areas. And then in the summer, we'll be planting and mulching and trimming trees. And we also do campus event setups as well.
Okay. And you mentioned waste pickup. Is that something you see less of now as we're moving forward, I would hope?
We like to. We try to divert as much waste as possible. We have a recycling department that does work with us pretty closely to try to eliminate a lot of the waste before it goes into the containers. But there's still steady stream of waste.
Yeah. So we're talking about the trees on campus. So are you deciding, we need this many trees on campus? Or are you always adding more trees to the campus?
So the tree population kind of it changes. It's dynamic. We do lose trees every year, and we try to plant as many trees as we lose if we can. And then the campus, always changes due to construction or expansion or other things. So sometimes we'll have to transplant trees, but we try to maintain the current population that we have as much as possible.
Mm-hmm. So can you tell me what this Tree Campus USA designation actually is?
So it's set up by the Arbor Day Foundation, and what it does is it recognizes universities and college campuses for their maintaining their tree population. So taking good care of the trees on their campus and also getting the students involved in the education portion of it as well.
Can you talk about that aspect, getting the students involved?
So that's actually my favorite part. There's 5 criteria or standards in order to meet the Tree Campus USA designation, and one of those is a service learning event. And so we try to every year we've tried to do something different every year. The first year we had, as part of our 50th anniversary celebration for the campus, we had a free college day event and also a scavenger hunt so that students could go to different parts of the campus. And we had a tree planting. So students would come to our stop on the scavenger hunt and they would be able to help plant the tree themselves and then also get some information on tree care and why trees are important on campus.
You mentioned tree care. Is that something that maybe everyone should be dealing with at their homes too?
Absolutely, yeah. Tree care, the biggest thing is getting the right tree in the right place at the right time. So once you get a tree that's been selected properly based on the sunlight and the soil conditions, the pH, the mature size, maintaining it is really relatively easy. You need to provide enough moisture and trim it appropriately at the right time of the year for the species, and occasionally fertilize, and they'll usually do pretty well.
So you should actually be on occasion watering your trees?
Yes, yes, especially during periods of drought, which we have sometimes in the summer. They can go a substantial amount of time, but they do require occasional rainfall if we're not, and watering if we're not getting regular
Yeah, it's
rainfall.
just something I've never really thought about,
Yeah.
getting the hose out and watering the trees. You think about doing it to your plants and stuff,
Yeah.
but I mean, they're obviously a plant.
Especially newer plantings where their root system isn't quite as developed as a more mature tree.
Is that what those green bags are that they put on the newer trees?
Yeah, they call them gator bags or watering bags, and they slowly release the water into the soil, sort of like a drip system would, so that you can fill the bag and forget about it for a short time.
So you said that there was 5 criteria. Can you kind of name the other criteria that you're having to hit in order to get this designation?
Sure. So the first one is you have to have a tree care committee, which is involved. It has various people involved in the care of trees on campus. So you're looking at students, obviously, faculty member on campus, community members, facilities. So you have a wide range of people giving input. The second is you have to have a tree care plan. So you have to have a written document of how you plan to care for the trees on campus. It includes things such as species selection, criteria for how you're going to plant your trees specifically, protecting the trees on campus, things like that. And then the fourth thing would be celebration of Arbor Day. So we usually do ours typically in conjunction with Earth Day. So April is Earth Day month on campus, and so we have a big celebration on campus, and we usually have an information table, and typically we've given away a sapling, a tree sapling for folks to take home and plant as well, and the students seem to like that. And we even had some folks this year, which was really exciting. They came back, got a new sapling, and told us how great that their one that they had gotten last year was doing. So that was exciting. And then the last is the service learning event.
It's interesting because I think it's such a great idea to get people thinking about Arbor Day, because I feel like that's one of those days that can just pass by and you don't even really know that it happened.
Right. Yeah, and it's usually most states it's the last Friday in April. But as long as you celebrate it at some point during that time, the Arbor Day Foundation really just promotes planting trees and celebrating trees in general.
So this is the second year that WCC has won this award. Do you hope or plan to see this happening year after year?
Absolutely. Once the first year was the hardest, just because you have to have all the written documents in place. But once you do that, then all you do is revise your tree care plan of any changes, update your goals that you plan to do for that coming year, and establish whatever service learning event. So it's relatively easy to maintain once you have it, as long as you have the budget, which is the other. You have to have the dedicated budget.
Yeah.
For the tree care as well.
Do you have any goals for this coming 2018?
So yeah, we always have ambitious goals. We need to update our tree inventory because it changes and it's dynamic, so it always changes. And then we'd also like to continue with our diversity goals. We always try to increase the diversity of the types of trees on campus. So there's a couple.
Well, we're just about out of time. Why don't you just tell people why they should support programs like this and our local trees?
So trees have wonderful benefits. Everyone loves trees. They help the environment, they clean the air, they reduce soil erosion, and they're just really aesthetically great to have on campus, and we should protect them. And it's awesome to celebrate Arbor Day and trees on campus.
Thank you so much, Holly.
Thank you.
For more on this and other programs, visit a2gov.org/watchctn. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time to FYI.